Morning, everyone.
What do you know? It's morning already.
Come on, wake up. Let's go.
Come on, get out of bed.
Glenn, Angel, and Tim.
We ready?
The Big Show on Kiss 92.
Good morning, Singapore, and we always make our Kiss 92 fans' dreams come true. I recall someone asking us to interview a teacher once upon a time.
Oh, okay.
And we've taken long enough, but today we have Ms Nora from the School of Business, Diploma in Media and Communications at Republic Polytechnic. Good morning, Ms Nora.
Good morning, everyone. So nice to be here.
Good morning. Is that what they still say in school, like when you are about to teach a class?
In poly, they don't even greet you.
Oh,
They just give you a
really?
silent nod, like,
Okay.
Terrible.
I have to ask, what do your teachers, or rather, what do your students call you? Do they call you Ms Nora? Do they call you Teacher Nora? Or do they refer to you, how I used to refer to my teachers, as Cher?
That's right, Cher.
Oh, just Cher. Not even Cher Nora, just Cher.
Just Cher.
Do you believe in life after love?
That's Cher.
Share.
That one is
okay.
Cher.
Yeah, it's different.
Now, if you were watching us on the Big Show TV and you find Miss Nora very familiar, that's because she used to do TV.
She did.
Back in the mid-noughties, right?
Yeah, round about that, yeah.
20 what again?
I think it
12.
was 2012, 2013. yeah.
Right, you were doing a home makeover show on Surya.
That's right.
And
Yeah.
how was that experience for you?
It was my first time hosting a TV show, so there was a lot to learn, but it was very, very fun. And it was
Wow.
nice to meet, the charities, the beneficiaries. So
Right.
that was really, really nice.
Is this your first time on radio?
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
You would have made a very good radio presenter as well.
Yeah, check out
you
that
very
voice. But very quickly, because you did this home renovation thing, right? That put a lot of pressure on you, especially with your hubby. It's like, oh, when it comes to our house now, you got to make it look amazing because you got experience.
No, I'm just like totally hands off and leave everything to my ID.
Oh, to your ID. Look at that. Not even the husband.
Okay, so why did you go into teaching, Nora?
I've always been teaching throughout my growing up years. I was giving tuition. I was working with Mendaki for a while, tutoring underprivileged kids. And then, of course, went on for a corporate job. And then I felt that, hey, you know what? Let's go back to what I really want to do and I was really passionate about. So that's how I landed a job at RP.
Right, but we
Yeah.
hear like nightmare stories about teachers and students and how students can be so difficult. Let's continue to talk to Nora, Miss Nora, on the Big Show TV. Meantime, here's Mooney Long with Made for Me on Kiss 92.
Okay, so without naming any names and calling any students out, but you're allowed to call those out that have already graduated. That's okay. Some horror stories, maybe?
I wouldn't say horror
Well,
stories.
you just jumped right in, huh?
Yeah.
Horror story.
Straight to the saucy bits.
I wouldn't say horror stories, more of like rite of passage stories.
Okay.
Right, students, forgetting to bring stuff to school. I mean, like we hear about that in primary school, right? But in poly, sometimes when they go for exam, because exams are all done online on the laptop, but there were times when their laptops crash and they're not able to do their papers online. They have to do it on a physical paper. Guess what?
What?
They did not bring a single pen.
Writing instrument. Oh my
Writing
gosh.
instrument to school, nothing. And they were looking at me like, do you have a pen? And I'm just like, okay.
It's just like me, actually,
Well, yes.
I would be like that.
I don't know what your excuse is, especially because, compared to the digital generation nowadays,
Yeah.
right? They're not used to writing, right? Everything is
They're
all
not.
typing. But you grew up in the penmanship era. Why
I
don't
know.
you carry a pen or pencil with you?
So I don't need to anymore.
Well, no, before. He's talking about before, or you're talking about
I'm
now.
talking about like no. Before I was fine.
Oh,
Obviously, when I was in
okay,
school, I was
Yes,
okay.
yes.
But what I mean is like these days.
Yeah.
I'm like that, right? I mean, I don't have anything with me, and also sometimes I gotta look to Cheyenne and Shalini to provide me with stuff. So I think the attitude is kind of like the kids.
The
that-
rite of passage attitude?
Glenn, you're a Gen Z.
No.
Well,
But I think they're all very chilled, right? I mean, that's their attitude right now. There's no sense of
Urgency.
Yeah.
When we were in the army, it was always like, you got no sense of urgency, huh? Knock it down 20 right now. But
Yeah,
these
that's
days,
right.
no one forces them to be urgent. Everyone can kind of like just relax and take their time, right?
Is that what you see?
It is pretty different. I think things have changed a lot in terms of how we teachers conduct lessons, right? Previously, if you remember when we were younger, capital punishment was a thing. You get like public caning, right? You get your dusters, chalks
Thrown
thrown
at
all over the
you.
classroom, and when your teachers step into class, you
shut
builds
up.
a sense of fear, right?
Yeah.
You're really
Hey,
scared,
Glenn was
very-
just saying, like, kids nowadays don't know the taste of chalk.
Yeah, that's right. The taste of chalk. Now, whenever, I don't take this very often, but what's that? Agarol for constipation, right?
It's like a
Agarol.
laxative?
It's very chalky, right?
I don't know. I've never had
Then
it.
you-
Yeah,
I
so-
don't
so-
think I've had.
so if
Why are
you
you
have
pointing
it-
at me though?
I'm pointing at everyone. I'm pointing at
No,
everyone.
I don't know what
I'm
Agarol
pointing at
is.
Never had it. No,
Never.
No, it's very
So
chalky.
I had like this Agarol thing. I think it was prescribed by the doctor years ago. And was it Agarol or something else? It was pink in color, and it was a little bit chalky.
I feel like
and
it's an
it
antacid that you're thinking of.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And it immediately, took me back. It immediately took me back to the day I had to like put a couple of pink chalks in my mouth,
my
the
God.
2 white chalks,
Oh,
and there was a
no.
blue one as well.
Oh.
And after a while, it just started to melt in my mouth.
It's
right?
okay, bro. It's macam pedal pop. Change
Yes,
color in your
I'm
mouth.
sure I looked
Yeah.
like that.
So what are the? I mean, you're. Is there punishment in polytechnics?
We don't mete out punishment. Usually, we try to take a more softer approach through mentoring, coaching, and giving them a lot of like personalized learning. So we're leaning more into that because we understand how essential it is to build rapport with the students, right? To innately motivate them to rise up to the challenges they're going to face in the adult world.
Wow, that sounds like it's in line with the way parents are treating their kids these days.
Yes.
No
Right?
punishment. We
Yeah.
gotta get them to understand where we're coming from.
Yeah, actually, I'm glad you brought up that whole parenting thing, right? Because I wanted to ask you, you are a mom of 2, right?
Yes, I
Do you
am.
feel since you became a teacher dealing with students, your teaching style and your parenting style have kind of influenced one, vice versa?
Oh, definitely, right. So when I was going through like teaching pedagogy, my training for becoming a lecturer, learned a lot of things about motivations for students basically, and I try to apply them to my kids as well. And I must say I've seen like positive results. Right, so I'm glad that I joined this line, and able to impart some skills I've learned from my job onto my personal life.
Yeah.
How do you motivate a student that doesn't want to be there?
I think first you got to get down to their level. Try to be an active listener, I would say, without judgment, because that's what puts off a lot of students, especially when they're in teenagehood, they're young adults, they're still finding their way in life. It just pays to listen to them as like a peer, right? So once you get down to the level, they're able to then, I find, absorb the advice that you give them. Rather than talk down to them.
Yeah.
So I find that works with my students. So that's what I try to do.
And they're young adults. In
They are.
poly. Do you think if you were a teacher in a secondary school, you would have a harder time?
Definitely. I don't know how secondary school teachers do it. Respect to all.
That's
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
hardest era, isn't it? Because they're teenagers, they're angsty,
Yes,
they're going
that's
through
true.
puberty. It's an awful era because
Yeah, and I also feel like just the way we talk about communicating with students nowadays, right? I think, before when we were growing up, right, there was still that level of authority. You know what I mean? You recognize that your teachers were your authority figures. They will talk a certain way down to you, right? But now, I don't really want to use the word, they're a bit precocious. They feel like they're on the same level as their teachers. Sensitivities are a little higher. When you talk to them, you almost got to talk to them like a peer.
Yeah, that's right. But in my opinion, that's how we prepare them for the working world, right? So we communicate to them with them because they're young adults. We want to teach them the ways of the world, right? So when they graduate and they go into the industry, step into offices, we want to teach them a bit about adulting as well. Like how do you communicate properly with an adult, right? How basically you answer emails properly, how do you conduct yourself?
Yeah.
So we try to expose them as much as possible in that way.
Okay,
Yeah.
we're going back on air. Stand by. Nora is going to be doing traffic.
What?
here you go.
92 traffic.
On Tampines Avenue 1, an accident has been spotted after Tampines Avenue 10. This is in the direction of Street 86, avoid lane 3. On the KJE towards the PIE before Chua Chu Kang Drive, avoid the rightmost lane, another accident. And finally on the PIE towards Tuas, a vehicle's broken down before Jurong West Avenue 2, avoid lane 4. If you spot anything else, our number is 8855
Good morning, TGIF, and welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. Our guest for today is an educator, a teacher from the School of Business, Diploma in Media and Communications, Republic Polytechnic. So these days, are you referred to as teacher, educator, lecturer? What is it?
I think the official title is lecturer, but yeah, I will go with educator, teacher, because essentially that's what we do, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So this is the Polytechnic, but if
That's
you were a
right.
teacher in secondary school, they wouldn't be calling you a lecturer, right? You'll be
Teacher.
Sure then.
Orcher.
Yeah. Now it's a lecturer. I want to circle back to something we were just talking about on the Big Show TV about how the way you communicate with these young adults these days different from how in the past, right? Because
Very
you
different.
want to prepare them for working life. All right, so you have to go down to their level. You have to speak to them as almost like equals, like peers. The way you explain. Now, I'm going to play devil's advocate, okay? And I'm going to ask, do you think this really does them any favors when they go on to the working life? Because sometimes when you go into the working world, sometimes you just got to do what your boss tells you to do without questioning, without negotiating. And if these students, when they were in the Polytechnic or when they were in tertiary education, were used to a discussion, with
friendly voice,
yes,
right?
Yes,
Yeah.
right. It's like almost like you have to negotiate. You have to explain to them why they need to. You have to convince them. They might be dealing with bosses in the working world that I'm like, no, you just do what I tell you to do or lose your job.
Okay, so to that, I would think that what we equip them in Polytechnic will be like communication skills, right? Basic skills of like essentially functioning in an office or in a workplace. But we do caveat it to them and tell them like, when you step into the working world, sometimes you got to go with the flow, right? Be observant of how it is like in the company or like how your bosses communicate, and then tailor your communication accordingly to where you're in, right? It's not like a cookie cutter or one size fits all
Right.
way. Yeah, but in school, of course, we do try to expose them as much to like industry projects, right? So they do get exposure to working with people outside poly, right? People who has been in industry for like decades, and that's where they pretty much learn the ropes about how to survive in a workplace like this.
Yeah, they should learn how to submit actually. That should be the
yes.
first lesson.
Like
Submission.
submissive?
Submission.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Because if you don't submit, you might get hurt.
Oh.
So like when I was doing my Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, right? I mean, of course, me being the wise guy, well, not wise guy, but wisdom is something I pray for all the time. So, when you do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, it's all about submission, right? Submitting. You want to submit to your partner. So when you go in for, and when you start sparring or fighting or whatever, there are ways in which you can submit your
Yep.
opponent.
Yep.
You can take the person's back. You can go for a full mount. You can rear naked choke the person, or
Yep.
maybe put the person in a few other, locks that will make your opponent submit.
And it also teaches them as well. Like if someone's got you in a kimura,
Correct.
like
So
an
if-
armbar, rather than have your arm broken, sometimes it's best to submit.
Quickly tap
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I would
before something snaps.
I would say that honestly, I was very impressed by some of my students who are basically not submissive, right? I like it when they question things, right? Shows that they are thinking, right? Of course, we try our best to also guide them. I see a lot of students like questioning stuff, like, why do we do this? Why not we come up with that, right? So it gets them
That's
thinking,
good,
and
yeah.
I like that. And I see that the youth of today, even though we all say that they're so distracted on social media, like, always like on gaming, like on TikTok or whatsoever, they're also like a good bunch who are very passionate about their dreams or like things they want to pursue. Like, for example, we have a bunch of students in school who are very entrepreneurial. They set up like a kiosk in the canteen to sell kueh, right? They are game for like competitions all the time. So that's really nice to see. Like even to like doing community work every weekend.
Thank goodness there's hope for the
Yeah.
future. Okay. Yay.
I still say learning how to submit should be the first lesson.
Okay, when you're a teacher, there will be a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu module.
Please do not hire Glenn.
All right, it's 8:22.
Kiss 92 time check.
It's funny. I had no idea Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu sounded so sexual. It's like mounting and submitting.
Wait till you see the north-south position.
Rear
Oh
naked
my god!
choke.
Yeah,
it's like
it's very.
really?
I mean, to me,
The
it's
connotations are just like okay.
it's sexy. It's sexy and dirty.
Yeah, it sounds it. It sounds it.
Yeah, I think I should take it up again.
Yeah. But let's not introduce it to the school curriculum, lah, okay?
So you teach media and communications. What do these young adults then go on to become? I know some go into PR, some maybe become radio DJs, but what else?
So essentially, we are training them to become, in layman's term, it's a multitasker in the media world. So we teach them to be content creators, writers, right? Just basically
Journalists
as well, right? So multiverse in like producing, writing, content creation, everything.
Oh my god! I need one of the
He's looking
one
for
of
a
these
PA.
students.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
looking for a PA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
You can
person
send up-
could possibly be my PA.
Can send up
me
pre-
one of your students.
You know what? You can send out press releases every week. It's like
Yeah.
this week, Glenn is getting up to.
Actually, on that note, content creator, right? Because that's the new term.
Yes.
Okay. Do you sometimes find these students they take up the course because they want to become influencer?
Yes.
That's their motivation.
Yes.
Yeah.
YouTubers and whatnot.
Yes. They come in with rose tinted glasses and then they realize that it's not all about the hype that it's made out to be, right? Because they do suddenly realize that, oh, that's really a lot of work to do behind the scenes. It's not just turning up in front of a camera and just talking, right?
Rose tinted
Yeah.
glasses. What kind of rose tinted glasses? Like my rose tinted glasses?
Not
Girls, if you can pull out one of our promos, the ones with me and the rose tinted glasses. Show Nora whether it's that rose tinted glasses.
Okay. All right. But more all in all, right, you do find that the challenges that not just the teachers have with the students, but the students have as well nowadays, very different from the challenges that you grew up with when you were a student.
Yeah, of course. I think.
What do you mean? You were a student like only 5 years ago? Only?
Well, things change so
Thanks.
quickly, right?
Yeah, because I think we live in such a connected world. So there's really a lot of distractions for students today. And furthermore, their lessons are all like done online. So, it's very easy to sway from like classroom learning to other platforms, right? So I think therein lies the challenge. And also misuse of technology as well, which we are trying to deal with in school, right? With the use of ChatGPT, plagiarism, and whatnot. So it's a bit of a struggle there, but I think we are finding a path forward to seek a balance between, use of technology and also maintaining academic integrity.
Right.
Yeah.
Plagiarism should be emphasized to your students because
Yeah.
I reckon since you're part of the School of Business and your students are about to. Are they about to complete it? Are they in the first year, second year, third year? How many years is it for
3
the
years.
diploma in media and communications? 3 years. And do you think many of them are going to be radio presenters or many of them are going to be journalists? What do you think?
A lot of them have dreams of becoming a journalist.
There you go.
Not TikTokers.
There you go. And so when it comes to journalism, of course, plagiarism is a very, very serious
Yeah.
crime.
And AI is something that can eventually take that job.
Exactly.
Yeah. Do you if technology were to shut down tomorrow? Where would you think these students would be? Because everything is online. You were
right.
even talking to us offline saying, things as simple as bringing a pen to school or writing, putting pen to paper and all that. Where would they be? Because there
Bali,
is
I think.
digital nomads.
Yeah, at some wellness camp.
Because it is possible that, say a blackout or whatever it may be. Where would that leave the students?
I guess they will camp out for RP students. They will camp out at the library and the IT help desk, begging them to turn on the Wi-Fi. But yeah, I think they will be a bit taken aback that there's no connectivity and all that. But them being the students that I know, they're very adaptive.
Okay.
Right? I'm pretty sure they find some creative way to get back online or like do their stuff without connection.
Go to the actual library and look up the
exactly.
resources. Yeah.
I actually admire them a lot.
Yeah.
This generation. I think I would have enjoyed myself, being educated in this era because I think back in the day, right, it was
Yeah.
kind of boring.
It wasn't just boring, it was difficult. I feel in
But I
certain
think-
ways. And I'll give you an example, okay? You just mentioned the library, right? Something that I feel a lot of students nowadays are not going to have to experience is putting down a bibliography all right, or references after a thesis, the old-fashioned way, where you have to go book by book and cite references, as compared to be able to just draw everything from the internet nowadays. Yeah, to this day, I still have nightmares. In my dream, I'll be like, Tim, you never put bibliography at the end of your of your paper, or references. And that was more tedious sometimes than actually doing the essay itself.
But I think every generation has its challenges. As much as we think it was difficult back then, we had to physically look up the dictionary and look under A for what this meaning was and all that. When now you can just Google, tell me the meaning, right? When it comes to the digital age, there is risk of false information that you have to triple verify, quadruple verify. There is the risk of you losing data, you losing your cloud storage. We had all the papers and pens, everything was stored in nice files, and so I think with every era, every generation, there's a different challenge. Our parents thought they went through the worst. Then we thought we went through the worst.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now the kids these days are like, oh, y'all had it so easy. It's not.
I would like to run through the lyrics of one of the greatest songs ever written
Tell us.
that
Please.
reflects what we've been talking about.
Okay.
You guys will know exactly what song this is. Every generation blames the one before,
before, yes.
and all of their frustrations come beating on your door.
Yeah.
I know that I'm a prisoner to all my father held so dear. I know that I'm a hostage to all his hopes and fears.
Every
I just wish
generation.
I could have told him in the living years.
Mike and the Mechanics.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, every generation blames
The one
and
before.
also and also they always say to the ones before, you've never experienced what I've experienced, and the ones before always say y'all have it so easy.
Yeah,
That's
right. Yeah.
And we're saying that to the next generation. So
But I'm not saying it to this next generation.
no. I'm saying that each generation says it. Yeah.
No, but I mean, there are many people who will say things to this generation, right?
Yeah.
Because I think they love what they've been through so much, the hardship, of either living in that generation or studying or working. They're so proud. And that's the reason why when they look towards this generation, they go like, you guys have it easy. Just like the army. Take the army, for example, right? I mean, it was horrible during my time. It's a lot easier right now. But I mean, still, it's a different time.
The fact that you survived it is something to be proud about, And to your point, I feel everyone should be proud of their generation.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean,
of
the same
course.
way I hope millennials will be proud of theirs.
Yeah.
Even the Gen Zs will be proud of theirs. Charlie, I think, is considered Alpha generation.
yeah.
I hope he is proud of his generation too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you know a Farhan? Mashud?
That's my husband.
There you go. He says hi.
Hello, Farhan.
Thanks for tuning in.
We're all going to arrange for a get-together. You are invited.
Okay, Jeremy has come on and said, you've such a cool profession.
Oh, thank you.
How are the youth finding the transition to the working world? Is it tough meeting expectations?
They do confess to me sometimes that they have no idea what their bosses want. But I told them, I said, you know what? That is part of the process. It's a process of learning, right? And some of them adapt better, some not so good. And to them, I tell, you just have to find your own footing. This is as much as we can do to train them. Once you're out in the working world, you're on your own.
You're on your own, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think they're spoiled by their parents?
Spoiled by their parents. Okay, the bunch of students that I've personally met, they definitely not spoiled. In fact, sometimes they juggle part-time jobs to put themselves through school. So that was really impressive and very touching. And I just admire their tenacity and how hard they work to juggle both school and their part-time job.
And to buy their
Nice to
branded
know.
handbags and
Yeah.
sneakers
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah. I mean, but we had our moments as well, right?
Yeah.
Our branded stuff was like your Exist and your LS and
What was the other brand? Lanvin.
Oh,
that time.
Lanvin.
Not
Yeah.
Lanvin,
I don't-
Lanvin.
Not for me. I don't remember Lanvin being around. Esprit also was a huge brand back in the day.
One of my first part-time jobs was at
Yeah,
Esprit.
you said, yeah. So
Esprit sales assistant.
Yes.
Scantily clad or not?
Jeans and t-shirt.
I will say, part of the perks of the job was sometimes the ladies would model for you because they want to know whether or not the outfit looks nice on them.
I used to
Right.
love Esprit, the one at Liat Towers.
Oh, I was the one at Taka.
You know,
But yes, the
it
one
was
at Liat
where
Towers.
Castlery is now, or the massage place. It was up
I
there.
would go to the one at Parkway Parade.
Okay,
Wow.
I don't even
Esprit
think
was
it's here.
everywhere.
Yeah, it's no longer around.
No.
No, but it was my
is
teenage.
Esprit still around
it was
today?
my
I do not
teenage
in
dream to
Singapore.
be
No, right.
constantly clothed in Esprit.
Right.
Everything had to be Esprit.
That was
Yeah.
the it.
That was the
thing.
it. Benetton and
Yeah.
Esprit.
Actually, Esprit reminded me of church, no, actually.
Why?
Because like Esprit is like almost like,
Like the
spirit.
spirit?
Right.
Yeah, this was
Yeah,
called
at that time
Esprit
when
de
I first saw
Corps.
the brand, when I first
Spirit
saw-
of the people, right?
Yeah.
You went to church too much, obviously. It never reminded me of any spirits.
I was a very good Catholic boy.
Yeah, altar boy, right?
No, I was never an altar boy. Never. I did want to ring the bell.
Oh,
somehow,
okay.
but this bell, okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, would you, I guess a quick question, would you recommend this profession to other people? To your students even?
Only if it's Polytechnic, I think. Secondary, she said different, huh?
Yeah. Okay, but based on
Yeah.
your experiences, let's take this when we
Okay.
when we go back.
Is this one last talk set or not? Yeah, okay.
Pacific island shared with Papua New Guinea. The U.S. Geological Survey reported the quake at 6.1 magnitude, but Indonesian officials put it at 6.6 magnitude and reported several smaller aftershocks. Indonesia experiences frequent earthquakes due to its position on the Pacific Ring of Fire, which is an arc of intense seismic activity.
The Straits Times, 180 years of news you can trust. Online at straitstimes.com.
Glenn, Angel, and Tim. The Big Show. Kiss 92. Kiss 92 traffic.
Actually, it looks like it's all good on the roads. Just some trouble spots with peak hour traffic. This is on the TPE towards the PIE towards Changi, the CTE towards the AYE, and that's it for now. If you spot anything, 88550920.
Good morning, Singapore, and welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. It's Glenn, Angel, and Tim, and today we are speaking and have been speaking to Ms Nora. She, of course, is from the School of Business, Diploma in Media and Communications at Republic Polytechnic, and she's grooming the next bunch of radio presenters and journalists for SPH Media.
Yes.
Fingers crossed. And now, obviously, teaching. They always say this. Teaching is a calling, okay?
It is.
Because of, all the sacrifices that you will end up making, the challenges that you will face. But based on your experience so far, is this something you would recommend to the next generation to also answer the call of joining the teaching profession? And what is it they need to have in order to thrive in this industry?
Well, I would definitely recommend this because I think it's a valuable profession. I don't think it will ever go out of date, right? I don't think AI can ever take over our jobs because teaching, you need that human touch, right? So I'm very happy for that. I would say if you want to join this profession, you need to have a balance of passion, compassion, empathy, and also that drive. Yeah, because you definitely need that drive, that stamina to push forward when things get difficult, right? And also that resilience to work against all odds sometimes, especially when dealing with difficult students, students who need a lot of help. Yeah.
And there's so many roles that teachers hold. I mean, psychologist, counselor, mother to some as well. I'm sure for those that, may not have that mother figure at home, teacher, educator, and what have you, and friend, obviously.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've got many friends actually who have transitioned from media to the School of Media.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Right, you know
Yeah,
quite
yeah,
a number, right? They're all
Yeah.
lecturers now.
Yeah.
And we're very proud of them. Do you think one day we would do something like that?
I wouldn't put it past myself. I mean, I've always wanted to be a teacher, an educator, but I never went down that path because I went down the media path. So
Lecturer Glenn Ong. I'm trying to
What do you
imagine
think?
it.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Lecturer Glenn Ong.
Okay, maybe without the BJJ training in class.
I'll come one by one. I will demonstrate.
Oh my
I
God.
will choke you out.
We'll see you in the front page of the newspapers. I'm sure.
Why?
For good things only.
Okay, before we let Nora go, anyone?
No, I'm good. I'm good. Thanks for being here. We've
Thank you so
enjoyed you
much.
being here over the
Yeah.
past 2 weeks.
Thank you so much for welcoming me into the Kiss 92 family. I've had such a blast here for the past 2 weeks and observing you guys and taking down notes, you know.
With pen and paper.
Pen and paper, yeah.
Wait, who's the presentation going to be for? Like you observing us for 2 weeks, taking note of each and every one of our traits and what we do in the studio and all that. Are
Yeah.
you going to present this to your students or our boss or
Both.
Maybe not. Maybe not IMDA lah. Okay.
You know what? Perhaps this is a question we should have asked her on day one.
I know.
Too late.
Because Nora has seen and heard a lot.
Everything.
Well, thank you for this as well.
Thank
No
you for the trail
problem.
mix.
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
snacks. Come back anytime.
A
With more
lot of
snacks.
effort have gone into these little, gifts
I'm
for
gonna,
us. These
gonna pick out
parting
the
gifts.
M&Ms.
Yeah,
That's the best part.
like the rock stars that we are.
Yes.
Take that out. Thank you very much, Nora. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure getting to know you, and I've enjoyed you sitting
Right
by the
next to you,
side,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
like an angel watching over me.
Yeah.
Videoing you when you didn't know.
Yeah, and thank you to Shalini and Cheyenne as well, for taking me through everything, give me the lowdown on how the show works, and I really learned a lot. Something that I will bring back to school and share with my students. Maybe inject some of them into the curriculum, and who knows, you might just end up with a new radio DJ.
We hope so. Come back and bring some of them with you.
That other
Yeah.
notebook, just like get rid of that one. Don't show it to the bosses, yeah?
Thank you, Ms. Nora.
Thank you, Cha.
Thank you, Nora.
Thank you.